Hey, welcome to Podcast with a Client. I haven't done one of these in a while. I've got a very special guest with me today, Mr. Teetotal himself, Dave Attridge. Dave is the most reliable plumber in the world. I've coined you that. He's also quite recently teetotal. He's also a father, a husband, and just a stand-up guy, mate. So welcome to the podcast, mate.
Oh, good to be here, Luke.
Aye. So you've done a bit of plumbing for me. We have a lot in common, actually, don't we? That Dave is currently a plumber. How long have you been a plumber for?
Well, gas engineer.
Oh, sorry, gas engineer. I must say, plumber / gas engineer. Yes. How long?
Oh, 21 years.
21 years. Well, I did it for 8 before I did what I do now, and that was I'm 12 years out of the game now. So I almost feel as I've forgot most of the stuff.
Surely you can fix your own radiator then.
No, I refuse to do anything. That's why the world's most reliable plumber comes to mind when I think about that. So Dave has been with TST for quite a while, training with me now over a year.
Must be,
now?
year
and a half.
few months.
Yeah, nice. And so I want to touch on the plumbing side of things because straight off, we were just chatting about this before. Dave has a funny story for plumbing. I tell you what, you're going to tell a funny story and I'm going to tell a funny story. So I'm very curious to hear about your plumbing funny story.
Well, one of the best stories we've got is not actually with me, but someone I work with. And we tell it all the time when we meet up. Like every year we all go out together and we always get a few beers and we start talking about the good old days when we used to work at British Gas. And there's a fella called Shrek. Because he looks
Is that his real name?
Because he looks like Shrek.
Bless him.
And another bloke called Timsy. He was our union rep. And we used to work in an area called Hounslow. So you see quite a lot of like Asian people in Hounslow. And on the wall, there was like a picture of like this guy with a turban. It's like obviously some kind of a guru. And Timsy said to Shrek, "You know who that is, don't you?" He says, "No, who's that?" And he went, "He's the top goal scorer for India. He's got over 1,000 goals." And he goes, "Really? I've never seen that before." He goes, "It's in everyone's house that I go in. Like they've got a picture of this bloke on the wall." He goes, "Yes, India's top goal scorer." And so we was all laughing when he told us. And someone went to another job with Shrek, and he walked through the door, and the customer was standing there, and he went, "I know that is." And he was like, "Oh, yeah." He goes, "Yeah, he's whatever his name is, something Patel. He's got 1,000 goals for India, isn't he?" And our mate was standing next to him, was creasing, because he knew that he'd been on a wind-up. Yeah. And it was like, the guy is Shrek as well. You have to meet him to kind of appreciate how funny it is, because he's got like, he's all hyperactive and that when he's talking about it. It's absolutely hilarious. And there's Asian guys just looking at him thinking, what the fuck's this bloke talking about?
So the guy must have been like a religious figure or something.
Some kind of a religious figure. And everyone's got him in the house on the wall.
Yeah.
And every house you go in, there's like a picture of him on the wall or in the spare room where they've got like candles and stuff. And he generally thought it was India's top goal scorer.
Oh, wow. What a pull. Well, mine actually was me personally. I don't know if I've told you this before or not, but back, it must be 2008. I think I was about 4 years into my apprenticeship. And I was working through Sunderland. And the day before the work, I came back from Amsterdam on the boat. So we did one of the ferry journeys where you go over, you have a drink and then you stop for the day. You have a smoke, you walk around the red light district, you take bongs and I'd tip bongs and space cakes before I got back on the coach to get back on the boat, right? It was, but this was a really like horrendous trip where I could hear the violins from the Titanic and that. I was on a really bad trip. I thought I was in a movie from James Bond at one point, but anyway, back in the drug days. But anyway, the next day I went to work because I didn't have any more holiday time or something. I was knackered. And so we're doing this heating system and I was bleeding the radiator upstairs. And the tenants were out of the house, and it was me and my mate. My mate was like we filled all the radiator up, and obviously we're just doing my checks and that. And I was really tired. And there was a kid's water pistol on the bed, on the bench, and on the bedside cabinet. And I was just picking it up, and I just sat on the bed for a second. And I had this water pistol, and I was just playing with this toy gun. I just lay back for a second, and I fell asleep full on because I was so tired. And then I woke up, actually before I woke up, the little girl who was about 6 came up to the bedroom, saw me flat out on the bed, ran back downstairs. Mommy, there's a man asleep on the bed. No, don't be silly. And then my mate obviously thought, oh my God, he's fell asleep. So I woke up with a toy gun in hand, and it was them, me mate, the tenant, and the little girl all standing in the doorway, me just on the actual bed, like not tucked into the bed, just lying on the bed. I was like, oh, sorry, I must have dozed off, and I've got this toy gun in my hand. It was so embarrassing. I was there, I could have been sacked for that. But thankfully, I bought her a box of roses and that, apologised and that, and thankfully they've seen the funny side of it. But yeah, back in the day, mate, back in the day.
Yeah.
So here's a question for you, Dave. What's the biggest misconception about plumbers? What do you think it is?
Biggest misconception is probably the ripping you off.
Trust.
Yeah, for sure.
Big thing, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Big thing. So how do you get over that?
Just make people feel comfortable. Give them options.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of people that generally rip people off don't give people options. They go, that's what you need, that's how much it is, you have to get it done, and
Yeah.
put the frighteners on people.
Yeah.
Whereas we just kind of have a look at stuff, give them a couple of options, give them a few prices, and then
Yeah.
that's it.
I think what's
Let
good
us
about
know.
you are also reliable because you turn up when you say you're going to turn up, mate.
I do.
And that doesn't happen very much with
No,
tradesmen,
it's
does
quite
it?
a lot.
Not at all. Absolutely. So I've mentioned before that I've recently coined your teetotal. So previous, because you've had a bit of a transformation over the last sort of 12, 18 months, haven't you?
Yeah.
You were quite into your booze, into your partying and stuff. And so tell me what the Dave now is like compared to the Dave 2 years ago.
Or even 3 years ago before we had Freddy.
Right, yeah. So obviously having a kid changed
Pre-child.
you. Yeah, pre-child. Pre-child. How old are you now, Dave?
I'm 39 next month.
39, nice. Me too. So tell me, before you had Freddy, your little one, 2-3 years ago, what it was like drinking wise. Talk about a typical weekend. Take me through from Friday night to Sunday.
Well, I didn't drink like loads. It wouldn't be like every week, but it'd be maybe once or twice a month. But I'm a binge drinker.
Yeah, that was me.
I'm not like I'll have 1 pint and then that'll do.
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm not drinking, or I'm going out.
Yeah. Always out, innit?
Yeah.
Always got to get the out in.
Proper.
Yeah.
I'll go out and have like 6 or 7 pints, then get on the whiskies or the rums, the cocktails, the shots.
Yeah.
I'll be fucking hammered, man.
Yeah.
And I'll be dying for 3 days after.
That's the worst thing, innit? I always say, like, because I haven't drank in nearly 6 years now, and I always think it's not the drinking really that bothers us too much, it's the days after.
Yeah, that's it.
You can't handle a hangover like you can at 21.
Nah.
In your 30s, yeah.
It's when I hit 30, the hangover's
Yes.
it's like a light switch.
I agree. That was my last line of cocaine, 30th birthday, and then obviously I'd drinking and drinking and drinking. I was ill for days. I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is so hard, really fucking hard. So, what kind of switch for you in your mindset? Because you obviously, like I say, you are very much like me, and like a lot of people listening, I think like they don't drink all the time, but when they drink fucking heavy, and it's usually always once or twice a month.
Yeah.
But it wrecks you for days. You can never quite get on track. You're always starting and stopping. You're always, on it, off it. You're always starting on Monday with your diet and all that. Yeah. What flicked for you in the head?
I think in the summer, I went away a few times this summer, and leading up to it, I'd been out a few times, and I was like, fucking hell, I feel a bit rough. I was enjoying myself, but like not like I used to. I was thinking this isn't really worth the hangover anymore. I was going to work on a Monday, Tuesday. I'm self-employed, so if I don't work, I don't get paid. And I was going to work on like a Monday and Tuesday, and like just struggling through the day, getting it done, but like feeling like shit all day. And then getting home and like a bit ratty, like, oh, I'm knackered. And then I think when we went away to Benidorm for a weekend, and went to Tenerife for a weekend, like I think 2 weeks after that, and I went down to Birmingham as well, in between the two actually, for like a plumbing and heating sort of conference thing. It's pretty much just an excuse to get on a piss for a couple of days with your mates. And I was just like drinking quite a bit in, I think it was like sort of end of May, beginning of June time. I think I've overdone this. I just was feeling rough, and I just thought, I've got to fucking knock this on the head soon. I've been thinking about it for a little while. And then I think it was at my mate's funeral was the last time I had a proper drink, and I nearly missed my train home.
Right.
Because I was so rough the next day. And I was sitting on the train thinking, fuck this, I think I've had enough now. I think I've just got to knock this on the head, because I'm feeling tired all the time, and I'm coming here and like working hard, like training, and then on a weekend, like having a few drinks, and then back on Monday, thinking Monday's always really hard on the training if I've had a drink. And I always think when I'm doing like press ups and all that, fuck me, it wasn't worth it. This is so hard.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think that's the kind of turning point. I think I overdid it for a little bit, and then I just thought, nah, I think I need to get my energy levels up, and it's just not worth feeling like rough all the time.
Absolutely. Because you came into me like, I don't know how long after it was, and I think you said, what was it you said? I think I'm gonna go teetotal.
Yeah.
So I've coined you Dave Teetotal Atteridge, and every time you walk in the room now, I say Dave Teetotal Atteridge. But it helps though, doesn't it? Because it's got to be an identity shift for it to stick, hasn't it? It's got to be something that you are proud of in a way, and it's hard at first because you're gonna get, what you're boring for. You're not the person you were. You've changed. You'll get all your mates will think that. They'll think
they say I've changed since I moved up north.
Yeah, there you go. Become softer. That's what it is. But people do the judge it, right? And at first they do, because I think they don't understand it. But I feel like, because it's been 6 years for me, the longer I've gone, the more people appreciate it. They really do. And those that don't are not going to be part of your life. No. Really, they're not. I find that a lot. At first, they question it. They take the piss. I wonder what's going on.
When you're kind of one of the bigger drinkers in the group as well, and then you go from that to not drinking at all, they're like,
yes.
Whoa.
Life and soul of the party. Fuck? That's what you were. I'm the life and soul. Yeah.
Whereas like normally I'd be like getting on it, and I could put away more than most of them.
Yeah.
And be all right.
And it's weird because you wear it as a pride symbol, don't you?
Almost,
I can drink loads, me. Great.
It costs you a fortune to get drunk then,
exactly.
I'd rather get drunk on 2 pints. It costs me a tenner.
And your hangover lasts an extra day as well, which is nuts. It's nuts. So tell us about your previous morning routine compared to your now morning routine. Because the thing that's changed for you, I've noticed, because you've been with TST and myself like 4 mornings a week for at least the last sort of 14, 15 months. And you've got up at 6 o'clock in the morning, came to the gym here in South Shields and trained your ass off to get in a better state mentally, physically. So tell me a bit about what your morning routine used to be like compared to what it is now.
Fucking snoozing the alarm every morning, like dragging myself out of bed. Not getting up early ever. Like literally, I'd be setting my alarm for like 7 and getting out of bed at like 7:30.
Yeah.
Just snoozing. Never eating breakfast. Just up, get changed, brush my teeth, out the door to work.
Yeah.
And then eating a load of shit on the way in, like Greg's and McDonald's and all that, because I'm just rushing.
Yeah.
I'm not getting out of bed early enough.
Yeah.
And then now I sort of set my alarm for like 5:30. I don't need to set an alarm because Freddy wakes me up at 5 anyway.
That's the advantage of kids,
anyway,
I guess.
So, and I get up and I sort him out and I have breakfast myself. I come here obviously, so I get up at 5:30. I get here for 6, and then by the time I get home, I'm in a dad mode again, playing with the little one for sort of half hour. Then I go to work.
Do you feel you've got more energy to play with your son now?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've got loads more energy, especially like when after training. Once you've finished training, like you're wide awake and like you've got loads of energy, and like it's just a great way to start the day, innit? Rather than just sliding out of bed and like there.
Yeah, both are hard. You got to choose your hard, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's hard to train and get up early, but it's even harder to be lazy and sleep in and choose bad habits. Super hard. So as well, I wanted to touch on your back pain, because before you came to us, you complained a lot about having a regularly bad back.
Yeah.
And you kind of associate a bad back with people later on in life, but it's getting more and more frequent now, I'm finding. Even I train regularly. That's most of my back pain from actual training. Yeah. But a lot of people just get it from inactivity, being unhealthy, not moving properly. Tell us what your back pain used to be like.
That was constant, like 7 days a week. It would be, so I first put my back out when I was about 24, 25.
Right.
Just lifting a fucking tumble dryer. It wasn't even heavy, but it just went, and I was like, oh shit, that's a bit sore. And I ended up like going to chiropractors and stuff, and it was never the same. Mm-hmm. It was just constantly hurting. I was popping ibuprofen every day for like 3 or 4 years.
Oof.
Every day. It's just to keep going. It didn't get rid of the pain necessarily, but it just
allowed you to move,
carry on playing football and going to work and things like that. So yeah, it was constantly sore, like all the time, like every day. It was never like, oh, it's all right now for a week and then it would go again. It was just constant. But I just after having like a bad back for like 10 years, it was just like the norm. It was like, I'll just get on with it.
That's mad, isn't it? How you just accept that. Most people do that as well. I've just got a knackered back, or I've got a knackered knee, or a knackered
just
shoulder.
manage it, don't you, and get on with it.
But then, what happened after you started training?
Well, I think I might have even messaged you probably about a year before I actually joined.
Right.
And I was going to join, and I'm like, fuck this, I can't be bothered.
That's most people, mate.
Literally. And I thought, I'm not getting out of bed and going to the gym at 6 a.m. That's not for me. Like, I've done it once before, I couldn't do it. Like, to me, that is like hell, getting out of bed and going to the gym in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I think the turning point was, I put me back out at work again, where I couldn't even stand up straight. I was fucked.
Yeah.
And I take Freddy swimming on a Saturday morning,
and
I couldn't take him swimming. I was like, I can't pick him up and get in the pool with him.
Yeah, yeah.
So my wife had to do it, and I was sitting there watching. I was fuming. I was like, fuck's sake, like I'm missing out on stuff now, because he was only like just over 1, and I'm like, I don't want to be missing out on doing things with him.
Yes.
Because I enjoy doing that with him.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've got to do something. And I was like, and then your ad popped up again. I was like, fucking Luke Harrison's popped up again on Facebook. And then I just messaged you. I was like, right, yeah. And you were like, come down. And I was like, I'm just going to do it, because I needed a bigger reason to do it, rather than for myself, for someone else.
Yes.
I think was the main thing.
And that's why people don't change, because they don't consider the impact it has on other people. They don't bring their family into it, their friends, their friendships, their co-workers. Like, they don't understand, like, that children need that role model, that leader. The children need that dad to be present and, you know, high energy and whatnot, or that partner needs them to be there for support. Like, when you bring other people into it, you're always more motivated to do something. So when you compare the back pain now, how's it changed over time since you've been training?
Oh, like, I think it goes occasionally, which it will do because of the job I do and things like that.
Yeah.
But when it used to go bad before, it would take like a month, 2 months before it felt sort of back to normal.
Yeah.
Like now, when it sort of twinges and stuff, it's sore for 3 or 4 days. Within like, I don't know, a week, 10 days, it's fine. The recovery is loads better.
Yeah.
And it's definitely because I've been like coming here and doing the training and stuff.
Yeah. In general, day to day, do you feel like you've just got more or less no pain now?
Yeah. Like, it's funny because I would still get a bit stiff in the morning, but I think that's just because I'm getting older. And if I've had a heavy day at work lifting stuff and all that, I'm always a bit achy. But like, it doesn't stop me from doing anything. Whereas before I started training and stuff, it would stop me from playing football. It stopped me from doing things with the little one, and even things at work. I go, I can't do that this week. My back's killing me. I'll have to push that into another week and do that when I'm feeling better.
And the strange thing is, people avoid physical exercise and hard training because they think it's going to hurt their back. But in actuality, you've had so many back problems that since you've started working out, it's easier back because you've got stronger, you've got fitter, you've got more flexible, you've lost a bit of weight. You know, so all of that contributes, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And I think both times it's actually gone. It's actually gone in the training, but it's not been because of the training. I think the first time it went, I was doing a burpee, and I'd just come back from holiday. I think the day before. Yeah. And I've been like going to the gym a little bit on holiday, but it was because I was sleeping in a different bed, and my back was aching on holiday a bit because I wasn't doing the training. Yeah. And sitting on a flight for 5 hours and things like that. Yeah. And I think the first day I come back in, it went, and I was thinking, fucking hell, it's gone again. But it would probably be because I hadn't done nothing for a few days before, and sitting on an uncomfortable flight and things. Yeah, absolutely. And the other time it went when I was doing a squat, and I went to you, I said, I've been sleeping in like some shitty bed on the weekend in Manchester. It was like sleeping on concrete. Yeah. And then sat on the train for 4 hours home. And again, it went then. So, like, I know why it goes. Yeah. It's when I'm sitting still and doing nothing for a few days. That's when it seems to go. So if I have like a week off training, it almost comes back straight away. So if I don't keep doing it, I know what's going to come. It's going to happen again. Yeah, movement's medicine, man. Movement's medicine every day. So just keeping on the subject of TST, what would you say makes TST totally different to other gyms? Oh, the people. Like, the routine of it as well. We'll have a laugh as well while we're at it. You know, it's good. I love it. And what would you say to anybody else, like, considering TST? Because it's always a hesitation, isn't it? Like, could I do it? Like, what's going to be different about it? I've got an injury myself, you know, like, what would you say to that person? You got to try different things, I think, as well. So like I did a month trial with you before I joined, and for me I was like, right, if I do a trial and it's shit, and I've done a trial, I know it's shit and it's not for me.
Yeah.
And when I did the trial, I think a week into the month, I thought, I'm definitely going to join this, because like within a week I knew I felt different. I felt better.
That's good.
Like mentally, physically, everything.
Nice one.
So I think it's just like you just got to try different things.
Yeah.
I think because I've tried loads of different stuff and it's not worked.
Yeah.
And then I tried this and it worked. So I just think like you got to try different things.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it's enjoyable as well. Like you go to the gym on your own, it's fucking boring, isn't it?
Yeah.
Running on a treadmill, lifting weights, putting them back down on your own. Like you do the things you probably find easy. You don't push yourself in the gym.
Yeah, absolutely.
But when you're here, you can't do it easy because you start shouting at me.
Yeah.
Get up!
Get the fuck up, Dave!
Your fucking knees off the floor.
Your fucking knees off the floor.
So you can't get away with it. So you push yourself harder here.
Yeah.
Because you've got to be accountable for like your training, and other people as well will call you out as well if you're slacking.
Yeah.
Only Paul.
That's true. That's true. Yes, always got a lot to say. So since training with TST and getting a handle on your health in the morning, Dave, how would you say that's impacted your business?
Oh, massive. Yeah. I've got so much more energy now. I get more done. I do more work. I'm more organised as well because I'm more awake. So, like, the strategies at work and that have just gone up. Just that they're having more energy and being more productive at work obviously means you're going to earn more.
Yeah.
So, like, definitely, my business has grown as well since I joined here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I don't think people realise the correlation between health and, if you're in business, increasing your revenue, increasing your profit, increasing your productivity, increasing your efficiency. Because when you are healthy, you are usually, 9 times out of 10, more energetic. When you're more energetic, you take more risks, you take more opportunities, you say yes more, you show up with more enthusiasm, people respect you more. Yeah. I notice a direct correlation between the days where I'm tired and the days where I'm on fire on energy. I notice that those days are not only more productive but more profitable. I earn more money on those days because I'm reaching out to more people. I'm bothered to do more tasks that'll bring in money. I'm more of a positive influence with other people, so I affect the other people positively. So what would you say, because you might have been in this mindset as well, because we can be stubborn, as I used to be a tradesman and I know this, complaining about the price of this and complaining about the price of that. People think that training is a cost, but I say more, obviously, I'm going to be biased because I'm the coach, but at the same time, I instill this into people for every area of your life. If it's beneficial and impactful to your physical and mental health, it's an investment. What would you say for that?
100%, yeah. I think I even sent you a message on New Year's Eve last year, and I said that the last year, the best thing I've spent my money on this year has been joining the training, because it pays, like, you feel better and your business is doing better because you're feeling better.
Yeah.
So like paying whatever I pay a month or a year for the training, it's pennies compared to like the return that you get.
Exactly.
Not just on your business but your health as well. So
Yes,
both.
absolutely.
It's like, so when I'm more productive, I'm going to earn more money.
Yeah.
So I do like an extra job than what I did a year ago. So one extra job could be anything from, I don't know, 100 quid to 300 quid, anything. But you add all them up over the course of a year.
Yeah, exactly. Tens of thousands.
It's gonna pay for certain things 10 times over.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, I totally see that now, and I didn't see it before. I needed to feel it before and actually be willing to let go of money to invest in things like coaches, mentors, programs, books, things that just positively benefited me. Yeah. So that, and I started to realize, well, this makes me feel better in a good way without a negative downside. Therefore, I'm more productive in this area, meaning that this area I'll get more attention and I'll get noticed over here. And then it's like a spiral effect, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you get the ball rolling, you just keep up.
It affects everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sure.
Here's a question to add to that. How much were you spending daily, weekly, monthly in Greg's before you started with me?
Well, the thing is, because you've got the app, you can actually go back and see how much money you spend in Greg's when you scan the app every time.
And how much money on average were you spending every week in Greg's?
Oh, fuck me, it was loads, man. I looked on it and I went, Jesus. I had my apprentice with me at the time, and I was often buy him lunch, so I'm not taking all the responsibility for it. But it must have been like easy, like 60, 70 quid a week, I reckon, at Greg's.
Easy done.
Easily.
So that's like at least probably you could say 180 to 200 quid a month
On Greg's.
on Greg's. On Greg's, mad, isn't it? So not
It is
only
mad.
are you filling yourself full of shit,
It is shit
you're,
as
you're
well.
feeling shit after it because it's
Yeah.
not producing energy or helping your health.
No.
It's all right every now and again, but
Yeah.
most people don't realize those little purchases, how much they add up, and that's a cost. That's not an investment, right?
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah.
How did you feel when you noticed that data and you thought, fuck me, I've been spending like $2,000 a year in Greg's?
You can't get away from it in the North East, can you? They're fucking
true.
everywhere.
That's true. That's true. And they're lovely as well, and they're convenient. I mean, I
it's
like some of
convenience
Greg's
food,
stuff.
innit?
Yeah, it's
And 'cause I'm on the
and it's
go,
beautiful as well.
It's like, because I'm driving around all day and if I haven't made myself lunch, I'm like, oh, fuck it, I'll just grab a Greg's. And I go in there and I can't just get like one sausage roll and a coffee. I'm like, I'll have 2 sausage rolls. I'll have a donut. I'll have this. And then I think, fuck me, that's come to like 7 or 8 quid. And
Yeah.
it's just all shit food.
Yeah, and
You get an energy for like half an hour and then you're on your arse again.
that's it. And then people complain that, you know, a couple $100 to sort their health out, and they're like, oh, it's too much, it's too much.
Between that and how much you used to spend on a night out as well.
Exactly. This is what people don't realise. If they look over a year and you took up all the convenience food, takeaways, nights out, alcohol, drugs, if that's your thing, that was for me, but you're talking 5-10 grand easy.
Oh, easily. Yeah.
Easy.
If you go on a night out now, by the time you pay for a taxi there and back, like all your drink, probably eat a load of shit on the way home as well.
Oh yeah, 30 quid in a takeaway.
You're talking 150, 200 pound for a night out easily.
Easy. And that's some people's Friday and Saturday nights.
Yeah,
Every fucking week, which is nuts. We'll find money for what we value highest, Dave, right?
that's it.
Yeah. Dave, what gives you motivation?
My family,
Yeah.
yeah, number one.
So, what about that gets you going? What's the thought that comes to mind when you're thinking, you know what, I can't be bothered today? What gets you kick-started?
Just making sure that I'm fit and healthy for my family. So I'm self-employed, so I've got like a lot of responsibilities.
Yeah.
Like I say, going back to the swimming thing, like if I put my back out, I can't do things with my little one.
Yes.
It breaks me when I can't do things with him.
Yeah.
So like that's the main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just making sure that I'm there for everyone is the main thing for me.
Definitely. I always find motivation, like I touched on before, always comes when you bring other people into it.
Yeah.
If you just make it about you, that's when you suffer.
I didn't give a shit about myself before we had Freddy. Also, I'd go out and get pissed and
Yeah.
have a hangover and go to work and just like whatever, get on with it, and then not even be bothered about me back. Oh, it's just my back. I got to deal with the pain. It's fine.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But then when you have a little one, everything just changes.
Yeah.
You think, right, I've got to sort myself out now. I've got to be an adult.
Yeah, well, that's it, isn't it? It's switching that mentality because there's so many adults stuck in child's mindsets. There's so many big babies out there. Isn't there? But it's just true, though. There's so many guys acting like they're fucking 16.
Yeah.
You know, like 30, 38, 39, 42-year-olds going out on the piss, sniffing, you know, doing all things they shouldn't do because they're still 17 in their mind. But, like, they've got people around them. They've got families. They've got duties. They've got responsibilities. And some people can... They have this false misconception, I think, and you probably had it for years. Like I did, like I can just operate like that. I can go out on a weekend and I can operate being tired for a couple of days and then I'll be fine. And then Wednesday comes and you feel like all the pain's gone and you forget it. And then Friday, Saturday comes, you're like, I'm going out again.
I'm back on it.
Because I'm fine, I'm back on it. I'm. You just feel superhuman when you're younger. But some people don't switch that mentality as they get older, you know. What do you think's the most important lesson that you've learned in life so far, Dave?
You weren't going to ask me any difficult questions.
That's what I get you thinking. You know what mine is? I think, and it's probably a recent one. There's nothing more important than you feeling good.
Yeah,
that's a massive lesson for me because I think sometimes we feel that it's selfish to spend time on us. But if we feel good, and I don't mean at the expense of other people, like I mean when we are in a good state, when we feel positive, high energy, enthusiastic, healthy, we serve others better. We treat others better. We're more patient, calm, present. We're like, you know, we're more considerate and compassionate rather than like point the finger and blame. Most people do that when they're angry and tired and ratty. Like you can say, well, how about we see it a different way? Well, what can we do to help this situation? You know, like I feel like when I feel good, everyone benefits.
They do, yeah, definitely.
I think that for me, that like speaks personally to me. There's several other lessons that you could think of along the way, but I think that's kind of personal for me. Here's another way to phrase it, Dave. Do you have a life motto?
Oh.
something you say regularly or think regularly that really sort of, maybe you've got it from parents or grandparents or teachers or...
I've got a work motto.
What's the work motto?
Pay cheap, pay twice.
Yeah. But
I think I use that daily.
Pay peanuts. I'm sorry, was it? Pay peanuts, get monkeys.
That's
it,
right?
Yeah. I agree with that, mate. I'm with you on that. And most people are guilty of that, aren't they? We're always looking for the cheap thing. You pay cheap, you buy twice. Pay peanuts, get monkeys.
That's exactly
you don't get your quality doesn't cost. The best and the cheapest don't come in the same sentence.
No.
There's a reason why Marks and Spencer's is fucking exquisite. It's a bit more expensive, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's fucking but if you've tried their food, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
You pay for what you get.
That's it.
In life, can you think of a motto that reigns for you?
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
What's mine?
What's yours? I use your one quite a lot, actually.
Which one?
Better to keep up than to catch up.
That's good. That's good.
I've used that quite a few times lately
Yeah.
because it's a good one. I've nicked it off you.
That's fine. It's not mine. Somebody else made it, but I just love it. Yeah. My favourite and my one that I think I repeat more than anything is movement is medicine.
Yeah.
And if I was to, I think maybe one thing that I've taught you, given the back injury and, getting a handle on your health, that's the one thing that I try to prescribe to everybody is that you're feeling like shit, move. Even if it's just a walk, a stretch, whatever, like the more regularly you move, just like we've talked about before with the back, the medicine's there. But not just physical medicine, it's head medicine, isn't it? Yeah. Like you feel like shit and you move, it changes your state, changes your brain chemistry almost immediately. For me, that's kind of really, really true.
Yeah, it's like even going to the gym on holiday now.
Yeah, but
I think I sent you a picture once when I was in the gym on holiday. I was like, fucking, what have you done to me?
Yeah.
I'm in the gym on holiday. What's going on?
Because you want to feel good, don't you? And the thing is, sometimes you've got more time as well, so you can just take your time a bit more. You don't have to worry about rushing off or getting it done quick.
Yeah.
You can relax and, you value the feeling afterwards. So you think, well, if I train, I can eat a bit more, indulgence while I'm away as well and feel a little bit less guilty. Like, I'm all for that if people want to do that. I don't think it's weird at all. It's good. It's a good thing. Tell me some really quick fire sort of silly questions here. What do you think is the greatest movie ever?
Oh, that's a good question. Hangover.
Oh, the Hangover is a great
I could watch that
film.
one like
that is. It's
over
like
and
comfort
over.
food, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
I always think the best film has got to be one that you can watch over and over.
Yeah.
So that Step Brothers is up there as well.
Yeah, as comedy goes, I would tend to be agreeing with that. But I do love Jim Carrey, mind. Some of his, like Ace Ventura, Liar Liar, fucking gold.
Yeah.
Again, they're like comfort food. Watch them over and over. The Hangover was the one that I think I watched when it came out, and I was still in my party days then. What was it, 2009? Maybe 2010?
Yeah.
And I came out and I was like, I want to go to Vegas and get fucked like that. Yeah. I want to get out off my face like that.
The weirdest thing is, have you been to Vegas?
I haven't, no.
Like, what happens in a hangover could happen to anyone in Vegas. It's that kind of place.
Yeah.
It's the fucking craziest place ever.
I mean, now, because I don't take drugs now and I don't drink now, so it'd be a very different experience over there, you know. But still, yeah, great film. Absolutely great. Mine is Terminator 2. That is my overall favourite film of all time. It's just...
I haven't seen that for years.
Oh, mate. Even watching it as an adult, both Terminators, unbelievable. Just unbelievable films. What's the greatest TV show ever?
Oh. Prison Break.
Prison Break? I haven't seen that, actually, but I've heard
Prison
great
Break
things
back
about
in
that.
the day. Or 24, that was good.
That's
when Jack
another
Bauer
one.
was
I
in
know,
it.
I've heard all about it.
Me and my brother used to binge watch that for hours and hours. Like,
I haven't seen 24, but I kept hearing about it all the time. It's one of the ones I missed out on. I do think it might be a bit far-fetched what happens in 24 hours, but
yeah.
I get the concept, but I guess any TV is the same. I like Breaking Bad, you know.
Oh, yeah, that was brilliant.
I thought that was 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
Unfucking believable.
I forgot about that one.
And
That's a good one.
Lost as well. I actually loved Lost when it came out, which I'm considering rewatching again, because that was just something different.
Do you know what?
Wasn't it?
I watched Lost from the beginning, and I still haven't seen the last episode.
Oh, have you not?
No,
it's interesting.
I heard it was like everyone was like, "Oh, fucking
it was mildly disappointing.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not interested in watching it now.
It was mildly disappointing, but it's more about the journey in it than the end. You know what I mean? It's all about the journey. I think it's the true with life, innit? It's not about the end; it's about the journey. Even if the end's a bit shit, the journey's good. You're in it. You know.
Do you know another one? I watched a lot of Walking Dead.
Oh, I love that. I'm not caught up to date though. I'm up to where Negan's in jail. So I'm about season 9, I think.
I think I got to the last season and I've not got round to watching the last season.
Right. Well, we both need to catch up on that then,
Yeah,
don't
that's
we?
a good one. I like
Here's
that one.
here's a random question for you. If you could be a superhero, who would you be and why?
Ooh. Superhero. Spider-Man.
Why would you be Spider-Man?
Because Freddy loves Spider-Man.
There you go. There you go. If you weren't a dad, would you have said the same thing?
Probably not.
What would you have said if you weren't a dad? Just curious.
Oh. Batman.
Batman.
Yeah.
Why Batman?
Because I loved Batman when I was a kid.
Is Batman a superhero though?
He
Because
is.
he doesn't really have any powers. He's just a hard cunt, isn't he?
Yeah,
Really, he's just a hard cunt
he is,
in
but
a...
he can climb up walls and stuff as well, can't he? You see him
What? Not
fly up
without
walls.
gadgets. Doesn't actually have any superpowers. We forget this, don't
Yeah,
we?
yeah,
He's
he's got good
he's
gadgets.
just a guy who can really fight and is quite stealthy. Yeah, he's cool though. Don't get us wrong.
Yeah.
Who would I be? It's interesting that I think, even though I don't particularly think he's an amazing superhero, the idea of being Superman's quite appealing. You can fly and basically be the strongest thing on Earth, which I think's amazing. Yeah, I think that probably, and with laser things with your eyes, would be kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know why Superman's just like the strongest one, isn't he?
He is strongest,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like the idea of Spider-Man though, being able to crawl up walls and swing.
Yeah.
I played the Spider-Man game on the PlayStation, and it was so much fun. So much fun. It was just amazing. It felt like you were actually flying through New York, So yeah, I can see the appeal of being Spider-Man.
I haven't played my Xbox since I moved up here.
It's about time you dished it
Actually, I'll
off.
give it away.
Did you?
Yeah, we moved and I had the Xbox and I set up the garage with for my little man cave, and the Xbox had never come out of the box. And I think a year later, we had Freddy, and I was I'm not going to get time to play this now.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think I give it to my nephew. I just sent it to him.
All right.
I was like, his one broke, and I said, you can have mine. It's still I haven't unpacked it
There you
for
go.
nearly 3
That's
years.
very generous. How old's Freddy now?
He's 2.5.
2.5.
Just over.
Well, not be long. You'll probably want an Xbox in a couple of years, mate. So you'll be able to get back to all that stuff.
Yeah,
when it happens.
I look forward to that. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So, Dave, hey, thank you for your time today, mate. This has been a very
good.
enjoyable chat. Final question to finish off. Just curious what you'd say on this. Take your time for this if you need to think about it. If you had, I like this question because it gets you thinking. If you had a billboard and it was to be viewed by everybody forever, and it was your billboard, and it was stuck in the middle of the motorway or whatever, what would you have on it?
Ooh.
And why?
I just have all the things I love on it.
Yeah?
Family, West Ham.
Yeah?
Suppose work, something to do with work on it as well, because
Yeah.
it's a big part of my life. Just all the stuff I love, yeah.
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 And what if you had
Might have you in the background.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that. I like that. What words would you have on?
Something like you've only got one life. Live it. You got to, yeah. You're only here once, aren't you? So you've got to look after yourself and enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Look after yourself and enjoy it.
Yeah, don't take it too seriously.
That's very true. People take it too seriously, man, don't they? Everything's too serious now. There's so much bitterness and hate and anger and frustration and pointing the finger and blame and...
Yeah, I love reading the local Facebook groups. They always make me laugh.
Oh,
There's a lot
it's
of angry people on there.
Oh, man. It's just outrageous, isn't it? It's weird, though, because you're never going to prove yourself right all of the time.
No.
People have such fragile egos these days that they have to pour fuel on the fire and keep pushing and pushing and pushing. It's like...
Everyone's offended as well.
Everyone's offended, man. It's too easy. Far too fucking easy.
Yeah.
I think we need to get into a place where you don't take it so seriously, but you look after yourself. To be fair, what you've just said encapsulates an amazing message. Don't take life too seriously and look after yourself. Most people are doing the opposite.
Yeah.
They're not looking after themselves. They have ill health. They're drinking, smoking, eating shit, doing other things, and they're taking it too fucking seriously because they're too fucking up their own arse.
Yeah.
So it's true.
Too
But it's true, mate.
opinionated.
Yeah,
Everyone's got
if
an
you
opinion
can
about everything now.
exactly, yes, and we're entitled to it. But is it useful?
No.
I remember I spent some time with Buddhist monks years ago, and they always had this question: is it useful? Is it useful? Is that useful to your life? Is this useful? And it always gets you thinking. Actually, is arguing on Facebook useful? Is me watching the news every day and shouting about it useful? Is me being fucking negative and up my own arse every day useful?
We don't watch the news in my house.
Good.
If it goes on, I turn it over.
Good. I hope.
And
Yes, I hope not as well.
Yeah.
Good.
And like my wife will go like, if she won't put the news on, but if she just put the telly on and it happens to be on the telly, I'm like, turn that shit off.
Yeah.
So I don't want to watch that. It's all negative. Like,
Yeah. Good.
It'll make you depressed watching that shit on the telly every day.
Of course it will. You get the
Just
life you
turn it
focus
off.
on. You get the life you focus on.
Yeah.
Nice one. Well, I'm pleased to have had a positive impact on you, Dave. And I'd like to thank the world's most reliable plumber, which you should definitely do Spider-Man one day in your work year.
I should do.
And do this, get a Spider-Man outfit for being the world's most reliable plumber. You could do a Spider-Man inspired logo, just don't infringe on copyright too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah. I'll swing from the rooftops and help you out with your boiler. There you go. Hey, Dave, thank you so much, mate. I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
See you on the next one. If you'd like to learn how to create outstanding levels of energy, motivation, and self-control, my second book, Supercharged, The Modern Day Guide to Doing Exactly That, is out now.